If you're struggling to figure out how you can stay in your home and enjoy your retirement, I may have a solution for you. Let me introduce you to a new word, roommate. So think of roommate as just a variation of a roommate or a flatmate, but someone that is closer to you in age. And here's how this came about. Empty nesters, like many of you, prefer to stay in your home, which is a familiar place to you. However, a lot of you guys are frozen in place because of the rising interest rates and really high housing prices, as well as very scarce inventory. And the concept of having roommates is not new. Intergenerational and roommate homes are not a new concept. Think of them as, for another common word, that is called boarding houses. They were very popular in 19th and 20th centuries, up until about 1950s, and everyone from modest means to people that were wealthy used to rent out rooms and even floors to individual people as well as families. There are good reasons why you are holding on to your home. Typically, you either have a little bit of leftover of a mortgage, or maybe you refinanced in the last couple of years and you have a mortgage at a rock bottom rate, or you are mortgage free. And of course, the vast majority of you prefer to spend your golden years in something that is familiar to you, in the home where your family was raised, and things that are it just makes sense to you. However, even for some of you guys that are willing to move, unfortunately, the options are not there because of the affordability crisis that we have in our housing industry today. Last year, 75% of the US housing market was considered to be unaffordable. And if you think about it, housing expenses typically are a biggest portion of all of us that we have, and it doesn't really matter which generation that we're talking about. Right now, people are spending about 35% of their income on their housing expenses, where the typical benchmark that was used to consider to be kind of like a ceiling was on only 28%. And this is the information according to the Atom data source. And you know what that means? If all of you guys are holding on to your homes and you are empty nesters and your kids have left the nest and now they have homes of their own, that means that you and millions of other people have billions of empty bedrooms. You will be surprised to know by this statistics. Almost 1 million people over the age of 65 right now live with unrelated roommates. And about 50% of them are actually younger adults, according to a 22 census data. So what does that mean? What does that mean to have a roommate or a roommate? That means that each person has their own private bedrooms, potentially their own bathroom, and then everybody shares common areas like the kitchen, a living room, backyard, and other resources. Now, before you comment, warriors, turn off this video or pause it and then turn to the keyboard to write me a few comments and messages to say how crazy of an idea it is to let in a stranger or two into your home. I encourage you to keep watching because I have a few good points to share with you. So really, if you think about it, anyone can be a roommate or a roommate. And here are some really good tips for you to help you make sure and decide if this is the right decision or not. So number one, you may want to partner with an experienced real estate agent who is experienced in working with senior population, as well as knowledgeable in helping landlords navigate and screen and find potential tenants, which is what this is almost like. Having a roommate who is going to pay you rent is having a tenant. A good real estate agent is going to help you with a few things. Number one, actually screening for tenants and asking the right questions. Number two, help you come up with a fair market rate that you can charge your roommates. And number three, also guide you with the lease creation to make sure that everything is in writing, and also advise you on the fair housing laws that are federally created but also differ state to state. Number two, I want to encourage you to take your time. This is an opportunity for you to screen and figure out who you're going to be able to live with and actually have a really good companionship. So take your time and interview potential roommates and ask them about their lifestyle. You definitely want to know if they are early birds or perhaps they're night owls and they're going to be staying up really late, or perhaps that is not something that you prefer. Ask about their personality. Is this someone who is outgoing and very much social, or is this someone who is going to be an introvert that prefers to stay in their own space, maybe read some books, and is more quiet? I also encourage you to take an opportunity and peek inside their car, because that's going to give you a good idea on how they're going to maintain their space. When you look inside their car, you can kind of get an idea and the gist on how this person lives and what are their priority and standards. And the last advice is also agreeing to make sure that you put everything in writing and then you discuss everything and have really good communication. So talk about the general areas, who is going to be able to use the backyard and when, what about common areas, bathrooms, talking about laundry, as well as utilities. Now, this idea may be the right move for some people, and it may not be the right move for people. So this is why this is not something that I'm recommending for everyone to try, but it's a good opportunity for quite a few people, and here's why. It is a lifeline for you if you really would like to stay in your home and you need some help with expenses. This could be a really great solution because you are getting someone that is going to help you with paying your rent, which means that can go to pay towards your expenses like mortgage if you have left over, towards your property taxes, HOA fees, and utilities. These people can also help you with home care if they are handy, with landscaping, and then winter care like snow removal when the time needs for it. And also it's a great opportunity for you to have some socialization as well as companionship. Think of people that may be younger, maybe you're going to have accept a family that has kids, so you have an opportunity to spend some time with kids and grandkids. If you don't have any yourself, just an opportunity to get someone else that you can help out as well. Bonus tip is also to help you understand that there are companies out there who can help you vet and find roommates and boommates. And local universities can be also a great resource to have vetted tenants and opportunities. I'm going to actually link a list of organizations that I have found that specialize in these services to help you with your decision-making process. So what do you guys think about this idea? Do you like it? Not so much? Please let me know in the comments. But could be a great idea for some of you if you are trying to come up with challenges to help you with your costs of utilities, your housing costs, or as well as challenging with socialization, staying fit and active, and enjoying your retirement.